Segregation is a problem in LA. Yes, even today. Los Angeles has a long and shameful history of both legal and later de facto segregation that has delivered a city where poverty is racialized and communities of color are the most impacted by housing scarcity. And in light of how deep that housing crisis is in LA, the cost of that legacy for Black and Latino Angelenos is high. One of the most important tools used to keep Los Angeles segregated was something called redlining. Redlining was the federal government's practice of outlining entire neighborhoods in red ink on maps. Those neighborhoods were largely Black and Latino, and residents of those areas were systematically denied federally backed mortgages, which are less risky. That means people of color had to spend even more money for homes than white people. Redlining and the practices it allowed lasted for 30 years in LA, well into the 1960s. But the end of the official redlining did not put an end to segregation. Wealth disparities that still favor white Angelenos mean that Black and Latino Angelenos are better able to afford apartments rather than detached houses. With about half of the city exclusively zoned for single-family housing and strong opposition for residents of those areas to build multi-family housing, this effectively allows segregation to continue. Residents who promote the continuation of these exclusionary policies and oppose new apartment buildings say they want to preserve neighborhood character, a term with racist connotation in predominantly white neighborhoods with single-family zoning. Over generations, the lack of wealth that home ownership facilitates and the racial wealth gap have left Black and Latino individuals and families at a serious disadvantage in housing. In the areas where many have been able to secure housing, face lower access to healthcare, good schools, healthy food options, and they have higher amounts of air pollution, amongst other issues. People of color are also overrepresented amongst the 60,000 plus unhoused people in LA County. Not only is LA still experiencing segregation, but the cost for marginalized communities is often very harsh. True housing justice in a livable LA can only be achieved when we confront our racist past and center racial justice in our work and our policy.